morning.
I think this is like 7:30.
7:30 about, yeah, in the morning. We had probably, when this started, I'll bet we'd already been on the road about 20 minutes.
Probably.
Maybe even a half hour. And we had gone through several obstacles through Rubicon Springs between where we camped and where we are here. So that's why I think that. We're just kind of making our way out, planning on getting home today.
We have this 360-degree camera with an invisible selfie stick, and that's why my hand looks so odd. It's because I'm actually holding this stick that's getting all this footage.
Yeah, what led to this moment that we didn't really record, but I think is in some other shorts or something here, is day one. So this is day 3 of this trip, and the second day we didn't really do it. Well, we did some driving back and forth a little ways along the trail, but there wasn't any official driving. The middle day, everyone just camped out and hung out at Rubicon Springs. But the day before that, the first day, so 2 days before this, so funny, we spent the whole first day driving just like this, from very early in the morning till about 3 in the afternoon. The Rubicon Trail is relentless. It looks pretty much just like this. And for those of you who know the trail, on day 1 we drove from the Georgetown side, so the main entrance. So from Gatekeeper to Rubicon Springs, we drove that entire distance all in one swoop on day 1. We didn't even stop along the way. I mean, we stopped at the beer tree.
So it's pretty cool here at Rubicon Springs. Yeah, that was a beer tree, and then traffic was the only things we did. But
Yeah.
So this is Rubicon Springs that we're leaving here, and you can see people just kind of pull up their rig and camp anywhere. A lot of people camped out on the slabs. We camped in like a more quiet campground sort of right before the springs, which was really nice. But it did give us a little bit longer to wheel out. So you can see lots of people packing.
Yeah, and so I'm just going to talk a little bit about what we're driving for people who are interested. This is a 2025 Jeep.
These guys rule. They have a YouTube channel too. I think it's Jen Wright is their YouTube channel. Good morning. Everyone was super friendly.
Yeah. So you can see these Jeeps, like that one, are super built up custom Jeeps. Almost all of these ones out here, and they're so cool. Like there's some very cool custom rigs out here. But again, ours is not like that. Ours is basically stock. The only thing we added to this Jeep that didn't come from the dealer is the winch. We added a winch plate and a winch on the front. And everything else is just stock. But this is the model of Jeep they call the Willys X. So it has an off-road package that's similar to a Rubicon package, but not quite as big a deal as Rubicon. So it we have the 35-inch wheels and the beadlock ready tires and a 2-inch or 2.5-inch lift from the factory. We have rear lockers, but not front lockers. What else about the Jeep was really noticeable?
About it. And really, like, we have a short showing all the damage, but it's really not that much damage. Like, we broke a bracket and had to have some baling wire wrapped around to keep the muffler up, but
yeah. So
it
we
wasn't
had
bad.
already banged up the Jeep on this trail a lot before this video even started rolling. And we banged it up a lot after this too. But we still got home in it, and
Look how close you look to that tree.
it does look very close to that tree, but must not have been that close. I can see it from where I was.
And this is like a little tiny mild stretch, and a lot of it was like this on the way out. but most of it is just rock crawling like this, totally relentless. But we're rock crawlers now. One thing I think is crazy too is those porta potties. There's like a rig that comes out to clean those out. And it has to come through this trail to clean those porta potties out. Like, what a crazy job.
I mean, that is one of the most interesting things about the Rubicon Trail, the big parties and everything you see in the videos at Rubicon Springs. I mean, unless it's helicoptered in, everything comes in a Jeep or a truck on this trail. It's pretty nutty.
Guys, there are no rock rollers out here. Mike is doing all of this on his own. He is a rock crawler now. That's our first slider, though. That sound is what it's for. We, on the way in and for part of this trail, they have these guides on all the obstacle areas called rock rollers, but they really don't have any here until you're headed up towards Cadillac Hill. So Mike did all this driving just with the knowledge he gained on the way in. Nothing like a little early morning rock crawling in El Dorado County on the Rubicon Trail.
Yeah, it was a real crash course in rock crawling, but I do feel pretty confident. And even at this point, I think I can see it in myself just the way I'm driving, that I was very confident just rolling through here like this. And I think I would be on any other trail that looked like this. So the education works.
Fuck yeah!
Woo! This was hilarious.
That is exactly the score I was hoping for.
Dude, you're totally gonna do fine, bro. Yeah, you're gonna do fine. Major body damage expected.
Yep.
Hey, you scratched your skin plate.
Yep, and my rock sliders.
Have a good one.
Have a good one.
These people are so fun.
You really have to get used to that sound of like rocks, sliders scraping.
It's really funny when we speed this up 2 times, like we're still going very slow, so you can kind of get an idea of how slow you're actually driving, because this is sped up here.
The ledges were kind of gnarly for us. One of the things with this 2-door Jeep is the short wheelbase means that you drop off the ledges on the back end pretty quick. And we learned that the hard way. I think when I started this trail, I wasn't quite sure on day one, especially on Gatekeeper. I didn't know where the bottom of this truck was. I hadn't really driven this truck in these conditions before. But by this point, I was getting a better idea of it. Still, on those ledges, there's not a lot you can do with this short wheelbase. And we, like Catherine said, we banged up our muffler and, rear bumpers kind of, the plastic parts are a little out of shape now, but nothing major. It's like you try as hard as you can to go down as slowly. Like you want to let your rear tires just kind of roll you down the ledge very slowly, so you don't do what I did in front of those guys that got me such a perfect score. Some of these obstacles are really fun to watch now.
Yeah, like every single one, you can see my face throughout this. I'm just like breathing deep and hoping for the best, and it all went really well. It really did. Until Morris Rock and Cadillac Hill, but we'll get to that later in the video.
Yeah, even on the way in, we did need to be winched off Gatekeeper, and that's what I mean about finding out where the bottom of the truck was. But it was pretty easy, you know. And
That's so crazy. Look at it. It's still crazy to watch.
we really needed that winch in our stock Jeep.
This area is so pretty.
This is the smoothest part of the road right here so far. This is the smoothest.
The Rubicon Trail looks like a regular road right here, and only right here.
You're rock crawling. We sped up again here, but you can see all the ferns and the sun is coming through the trees. It was really pretty.
Yeah.
And it was nice.
No, they didn't even have rock rollers out there. They were like, you guys got this. Mike just figured that out all by himself.
They're like, we got these guys with the scorpions, so everybody's fine.
Yeah. Oh, gorgeous. The sun is coming up. Holy moly. You're going to want your sunglasses soon. Good.
Yeah, that's already, you can tell we're already past the smooth part. Bumping back along. And you're a little hopeful, you know, that the rest of the trail is going to be like this. Like you always hear about Cadillac Hill, and you're like, it can't be that big a deal. But that was the most difficult part, I'd say, still coming up.
Yeah.
Not in this video.
No, I was too afraid to film it because there's a huge ledge that drops off on the passenger side.
Yeah, this is like regular wheeling for us. Like this is what we get up to in Calaveras County.
It's all logging roads for us mostly.
We actually had we met a couple from Wisconsin, and they are like serious wheelers. They wheel in a 2-door. It's awesome.
2-door just like us.
Yeah, and they drove out here from Wisconsin. They've just been wheeling out to the west. They're gonna wheel their way home. But they said that Slick Rock is butt. And it's not worth it. They wheel by themselves. It's just the two of them, and they know they're crazy. They said it. They're like, I know it's not safe, but they totally said that Slick Rock is not worth the time because of the gauntlet right at the end. There's apparently a rock with a wenching like thing in it, like all the way. What am I trying to say? A wenching plate has been put onto the rock.
Yeah. Oh yeah, no, they said.
And then there's a big boulder in front of it, so you're like winching to a boulder, and it just sounds dumb, I guess. So we're not doing that. So now we got a little traffic, which makes me think we're coming up to a good obstacle. We'll see.
This is the memorial garden where people have placed different memorials for people who loved the trail, people who fell accidents on the trail. Some of them are for Jeeps that fell accidents on the trail. Yeah, at this point we were in traffic. You can see the morning's getting later. These will go in sequential order, so we started at like 7 in the morning. And I think this video ends at like 2 maybe in the afternoon. What do you think? 1, 2, if I recall.
Not sure.
Kids, your first timer?
Nah, I mean, this is, I'm more truck control than obstacle, guiding in this case, because we just try to keep you getting stuck halfway up, leaning over, and, whatever. So usually I just kind of head up this way until it flattens out, and then make a right turn. Yeah, good to go.
Thank you.
Hope you had a good time.
We had a great time.
So we'll see you next week.
Yeah, we're pretty excited about it.
All right.
That was one of the rock rollers. He was just doing traffic control since there was traffic, but the rock rollers are the ones who helped us get through Cadillac Hill and Morris Rock, and we winched off one of them to get up through there. And there was also a very nice rock roller who kept me pretty calm.
Yeah. We wouldn't have gotten through there without those guys' help. So that's why you don't do this stuff alone.
This is the best way to do it for a first timer, for sure.
It's really fun, though. I remember just having so much fun while I was driving here, while I was doing this.
The scenery's so pretty.
It's really hard to beat the Sierra Nevadas. Oh,
Rock slider.
that's great. I love that one, where it just that wheel was off the ground right there and then slid down the rock.
I think we get to Observation Point after the whole Cadillac Hill adventure still pretty early in the morning. And then it's kind of like this for quite a ways out. And we did end and get to the end of the trail. I think we said like around 2 or so. So it was quite a long day of driving. Both days. First day and last day.
Super fun, though. I mean, it really was, and it's cool. It feels real cool now to look back at it and go, yep, we did that.
All right, so that was legitimately the craziest thing I've ever experienced. Cadillac Hill and Morris Rock can kick rocks. But it's great. We had to get the winch out. They winched us and towed us up a little bit. Mike was awesome. We really had like dudes bouncing the car and stuff.
Yeah.
It's pretty wild.
Got through there without all that help, man.
Yeah.
That was crazy.
Yeah, it was hella gnarly, but again, Jeepers is the only way to do this.
And look where we are. It's all the way up here.
We were so fried at this point, and it's funny because it took us so long. There's no cars here, but it was so much fun. We really had a great time.
Observation Point is a very popular place for people to take pictures of their Jeep, and you can see from this panoramic view here why.
If you want to look up Cadillac Hill, you can see other people who had the nerve to video it while driving up.
But the reason we're all here by ourselves is because we stopped traffic behind us getting stuck there for a minute.
It was super fun, though. We had a great time.